You are listening to Viewpoints from PlaceCloud. Cultural researchers tell stories of places from around the world. For the full multimedia experience and to support the creators you enjoy, visit placecloud.io.
2011 brought with it a truly unique London horror film that focused on teenagers living in council housing south of the river here in Brixton. The film was Attack the Block, starring John Boyega before he was cast in the latest reboot of Star Wars. He plays Moses, leader of a group of friends one might call a gang, who live and hang out near Oval Tube Station. One night, they come across an alien creature, the first sign of an invasion on London. With only what they have in their homes and the help of a neighbor whom they earlier mugged, the group try to save their council block and their city from the invasion. The film begins at Oval Tube Station, with young nurse Samantha, played by Jodie Whittaker, coming home from work. She leaves the station only to be mugged by Moses and his friends. The interaction is uncomfortable as well as threatening, and Samantha is clearly shaken, but she manages to escape when a meteor hurls into a nearby car. Samantha runs home to the tower block, and Moses goes to inspect the meteor. There, he's scratched in the face by an alien creature that is so purely matte black it seems invisible in the night. The alien disappears, and the group become frightened. Later in the film, as the gang go into their flats to find anything they can use to protect themselves and the neighborhood, they warn neighbors of the invasion, and that's where they run into Samantha, learning that she lives in their building. In a humbling moment, the group explain that had they known she was their neighbor, they never would have mugged her. This small moment carries the message of the film, which is all about community. Throughout, Moses and his friends talk about protecting their neighborhood. Even as teenagers, they feel responsible for keeping their part of London safe, in some ways suggesting no one else could be trusted to do so. The group feel like lost outsiders in London, poor, stereotyped, and forgotten. Much like the area they live in, they feel overlooked, but are proud of coming from their block of flats. Attack the Block, in its plot as much as its choice of location, is a rejection of early 2000s series of British horror films known as hoodie horrors, where the villains are, like Moses and his friends, teenagers wearing hooded sweatshirts. In the early 2000s, Tony Blair came up with the Antisocial Behavior Orders, or ASBOs, to punish teenagers in Britain who behaved with aggression. The ASBOs made hooded teenagers out to be villains, in an act that turned out to deepen class divides in London in particular and target the poorest communities in the city. Attack the Block defended such teenagers, showing their mugging as a last attempt to survive in tough circumstances. They're also the most caring people in the film, aside from Samantha, and risk their lives to save everyone. The complete redemption of these teenagers comes at the end of the film, when Samantha tells a police officer trying to arrest the boys that they saved her life. This also happens right near Oval Tube Station. The humor and the plot show the power of caring for people in your city, rather than shunning them as the ASBOs did. This horror film is really a love song to London and the people who are proud to live here, but with its near-invisible, ferocious aliens, it's also a very fun horror film.